I'm going to be buzzing about Because of Mr. Tariff by Rob White. It's about a class and the teacher is Mr. Tariff. The story is told from the children's point of view. So like say I was Jessica. The story would be told from my point of view. Each chapter has a different student and another point of view. Mr. Tariff is extraordinary and definitely different than other teachers. For example, in math they do way different things than we do. Like finding out how many pieces of grass are on a soccer field by doing a little bit of counting each and averaging it, then adding the average up to get a total. Later in the story, the class has a fight that ends up with Mr. Turp in the hospital because something Peter threw hit Mr. Turp in one of the weaker spots of his brain. There is a backstory to the weaker parts of his brain, but I leave that for you to find out for yourself. Anyways, Mr. Turp gets a coma, which is when you're unconscious. This is a great book, and in my opinion, is just as good as writing Freedom. I recommend this book to everyone in this class and rate this book 10 out of 10 buzzes.
Buzz, 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 buzz.
Okay, so I drew, this is what I thought Mr. Turek would look like. I'm not very good at drawing, but I imagined he would look kind of like this. And then there's a list of each student and their kind of their personality. Alexia is kind of meanish. She's kind of the bully. She started a great girl war and that led to a ton of different things in the end. When she's at the hospital visiting Mr. Tariff, Jessica, Anna, and Danielle come and Anna is shy and she's really nice. She's, as Jessica says, the only girl smart enough to stay out of all Alexia's girl stuff. Danielle is very religious and nice, like Anna. Danielle wants to be friends with Anna, but Anna's mom was ostracized, which means she was ignored because she had Anna when she was 16 years old, and now she's 27, just like Danielle's older brother, Charlie. Jessica is trustworthy and she really likes to read. She's kind of like Claire, I would say. Peter is funny. He's the class clown. One time he put glue all over Luke's sneakers and told him what kind of sneakers are those, Elmer's. And another thing he did, he dumped a ton of water in the door in the classroom. And when the principal, Mrs. Williams, came, she slipped and they all saw her underwear and they laughed at that a lot because it was like flowered or something. Luke is the smart. He's kind of the brains of the class. He does a lot of different things, and if he's in a project that has to do with math or science, he likes to take the lead. Jeffrey is shy and scared. Scared because he had an older brother, Michael, and Michael had very bad experiences in his life, and Jeffrey had somewhat something to do with that, and he's really shy. He doesn't want to make friends. He just ignores people because in the end he finds out. He goes, oh man, everyone I end up liking, I end up losing. That's that, and then for ending, I made trivia with prizes, and then can I use the ping pong ball? Ping pong ball.
Sure.
I'll use the ping pong ball. Pick a ping pong. Pick a ping pong. I can pick a ping pong. Pick a ping pong. Pick a ping pong. Okay. So pick a ping pong. Miss Tierney.
Will you skip me?
Okay. I'm going to take that out. Akira. How does Mr. T get hurt?
By something hitting his head in the weak spot of his brain.
Yes. Peter threw a snowball when they played in the winter at a fight, and it hit him in the weaker spot of his brain. he has weakened spots in his brain because of many concussions he suffered from wrestling when he was a teenager, all through college and all that. Claire, who is Michael and who is he related to?
Michael is Jeffrey's brother, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he is
Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Patrick, here's a bonus. Why did Mr. Turp get a coma?
because he had a bad brain.
He, Peter threw a snowball at his head.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
so-
what I kind of mean.
And then it gave him a coma. He ended up in the hospital for a long, long, long time. In the second book, Mr. Turp falls again. He falls, and he doesn't get hurt. He falls in a different way. Okay. William, what is one of the class projects the children do? One of them is in math, where
They try to count how many pieces of grass there is on a soccer field.
Yeah. They take 10 by 10 centimeter cardboard squares and they just kind of toss them out. And one time Peter, being the jokester, tosses one. He hits Alexia. He hits Alexia with his cardboard and she keeps screaming around, "Ow, my tushy!" Gee. Okay. Cooper. Who wrote Because of Mr. Turp? Who's the author?
I think that he was called on, so.
Rob.
Why don't you, do you want to call him should she call him something else?
Okay. Lindsay.
Rob Rio.
It's Rob Baya. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So
Isn't it Rob Baya?
Baya. It's
Close.
literally Baya, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. Please raise your hand if you answered a trivia question.
And got it right.
Yeah, you should.
How'd you get it right?
Okay. The first one, Akira, come pick a prize. Okay. Who answered number 2? Claire, please pick a prize. Number 3. Patrick, pick a prize. Number 4. Okay. And number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Cooper and Lindsay. So here, Lindsay. That one. Okay, I'm ready for questions and comments. London.
What made you want to share about this book and why?
My dad found it for me on a day on the weekend when I was lying in the room in his office, and I was, I guess, bothering him or something. So he kind of set something up for me to do, and I read it, and I really, really liked it, and I thought it was a book a lot of people would like Miss Tierney would like it. It's kind of good for anyone second grade and up. so I really wanted to share it. Okay. Alex?
Is this a series, and if so, how many books are there?
There are 2, and I guess that got kind of book and a sequel. There might be a 3rd, I'm not sure. I need to look that up. Last question. Aiden,
What's your favorite character?
my favorite character is probably Peter or Jeffrey. Jeffrey has a really, really interesting story. I could tell it to you. That would have been a lot of surprise in the book.
Yeah, maybe save it.
And then
No, we don't have a ton of time, so.
okay, and then Peter because he's really funny and there's a lot of pranks. In the second book, he takes a book cart. He rides the book cart down the hall down a slope, crashes into Mrs. Williams, and sees her underwear again. Okay, Miss Tierney.
I did look it up for Alex. It looks as though there's just because of Mr. Turrup and Mr. Turrup falls again. So it looks like those are the only 2. My comment for you is I want to tell you, or maybe I should tell the whole group, is how far ahead of time you prepared this. So Mia has had her presentation ready for quite some time, and she's actually been keeping it under my desk, so that's how I know how long she's had it. And as she added to it, she just kind of put it into the bag under my desk. So I think that that's a really great thing to do. It's a really good use of your time to, when you have the time to start preparing, to do it so that the day before you're not freaking out and trying to get everything finished. So
My first book was.
yeah, exactly. Like, think about how much progress you've made from first book buzz to this one. So that's a really good thing to know that you started that way, and this is how you're ending your book buzzes. So you should be really proud of the progress that you made this year, in terms of your working and your independence and all of that. So that's really good. And also, second thing is, this is the second time I've seen a book buzz on because of Mr. Turrup. And I think you know Alexis Pascaldo, and
Alexis.
she did it last year.
Read it?
Yes, she read, and she did her book buzz on it. So might be kind of, and she also did the art of Racing in the Rain, also. So it's kind of interesting. I think all of the books that she buzzed about last year, somebody buzzed about this year. So, so it's really
What
cool.
was her, like,
I think we only did 2 last year. You guys
what were her
just-
buzzes?
It was Mr. Turrup and then
Racing in the
Racing in
Rain.
the Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, you told us that Racing in the Rain.
Wait, so what?
Racing in the Rain.
The one that Akira did his second book buzz on.
I don't think I was there.
Maybe you were absent that day.
Did I give out the prizes of the race?
Yeah.
you were. Yeah, you were.
You got a yellow.
Okay.
Okay.
So glad you're here. This is so good. Do you know why you're here?
Mr. Lutz told me.
Okay, good. 'Cause I'm actually going to go over the directions with them right now, so you'll hear them directions, and then I might have you just get started with something. I know you're Mr. Kick, but I don't know your first name.
Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas. Can everybody say hi to Nicholas?
Hi, Nicholas.
Before we do that, can we give a quick round of applause to Mia for her final birthday?